I'm a veterinarian and I believe that feeding a high quality, well-balanced diet to your dog is key to optimising their health. But I don't care what you feed your dog. Hang on a minute, Alex, what are you talking about? Here's why. And I'm going to start off by making a few assumptions here. If you're watching this video, then I suspect that you have thought about what you're feeding your dog and you're not feeding the cheapest thing that you can find on the shelves, or you're not feeding them a raw diet that consists of nothing but ground mince or raw chicken. Because clearly if you're feeding a completely unbalanced raw diet, or you've chosen a bag of kibble or a tin of dog food based on price that's been manufactured by someone without any experience or qualifications in nutrition, you really need to change their diet. But that's not you, is it? Because you've thought about what to feed your dog and you may still have questions about whether you need to change to X brand, Y brand, add this ingredient to their home prepared meal, or consider a different feeding strategy when it comes to raw feeding. But let me tell you this, the chances are that any small, tiny change that you make, or even reasonably big change that you make, is going to have a very, very small impact on their actual health. And the reason that I say this is because really we see two huge problems with our pet dogs. The first of these is that well over 60% of dogs, and we're probably in some areas talking more like 70 to 80%, are overweight or obese. And this has a huge impact on their health, on their quality of life, and on their quantity of life, how long they are actually living. And your dog doesn't need to be a big fat blob for this effect to be present and to be huge. Being just overweight increases the risk of diseases like arthritis, diabetes, skin conditions. And as an extreme, we know that Labradors that were just a little bit overweight live 2 years less than their lean weight counterparts. It can make that much difference. So if your dog fits into this category, and unfortunately most of us as owners, and I'm guilty of this with my own cats, we don't recognise that our pet's overweight. So there's a good chance that they do fall into this category, and making minor changes to their diet, apart from reducing the amount that they're being fed, maybe switching to a specific weight loss diet, really is not going to make as big a difference to their health as you might think. And then the second problem that we're seeing is behavioural issues. So our dogs, they're left at home for long periods of the day, and maybe they're fed once or twice a day, and they're not getting the exercise that they need, they're not getting that mental stimulation that they need. So actually how you feed your dog can make as much difference to your dog's well-being and their happiness, how much joy they get in their life, as what you actually feed them. So chuck away that food bowl. Instead, just scatter their food on the grass if it's nice weather outside and they've got access to the outdoors. Use a slow feeder, a treat ball, some kind of different food puzzle toy so that your dog actually has to concentrate. They have to be engaged to actually get their food. And that can eat up huge amounts of time so that they're not just sitting there bored, but it also exercises their brain, provides some stimulation, and will make them an awful lot happier. Equally, give them the exercise that they need. So dogs are not meant to be on the couch for 5 days a week, only being walked in the weekend. They really need at least one walk a day, preferably 2, morning and evening. Certainly if you've got a high energy breed, or a breed who really comes from a working dog, so a border collie would be a classic example here, they need a huge amount of stimulation. Otherwise, the best thing that's going to be happening is that they're going to be bored. The worst thing is that they're going to be developing some really serious behavioural issues with separation anxiety and the like that really will become very difficult to correct and can result in them needing to be rehomed if they're barking all the time and the neighbours are complaining, or if they're destroying your furniture, if they're trying to break out of the house to try and get to you because of these problems. So rather than being anxious about what you're feeding your dog, I want you to concentrate on first how heavy they are. Are they a healthy weight? And to do this, we can do something simple as the hand test, which I discuss in this video that's on screen now. It takes all of 3 minutes to check your dog's weight so you can start them on the path to a longer, healthier and happier life.